Hey everyone, Izzy and MJ from Endless RVing, and it is snowing out. This is crazy because yesterday it was almost 60 degrees. There was no snow on the ground.
No, everything had just melted. And on Thursday, it's going to be 60 again.
So as you can see behind us, our RV is still in storage. We're hoping to get it out sooner. So in this video, we have some really important things to talk about. If your RV is in storage, you need to be doing the following things we're going to tell you. All right, so the first thing we're going to talk about is going to be your electricals, specifically your batteries. Now, why do I say this? Why do we say this? We're on a lot of RV forums, and this comes up all the time. People want to know, they go pick up their RV from storage or it's at a shop and the batteries are dead, right? And they don't know why, because they shut the disconnect off. There's parasitic drain, right? So you can avoid this in a couple of different ways. Number one, you can install a whole house cutoff at the battery, which we actually did. What does that do? It cuts all power off. Do not count on the battery disconnect, because I just know from our experience with our motorhome, the battery disconnect, there's still things that are connected, drawing. The second thing is going to be checking your batteries consistently. You want to talk about that?
Right. If you have lead acid batteries, you want to make sure that the water levels are at a healthy level. A lot of people they'll say they didn't even realize the snow is like getting all over it, and there's no water. And that's really bad. Yeah. So staying on top of those water levels. Oh my God. This is crazy. So yeah, so definitely stay on top of those water levels.
Now, why is that important? The way the lead acid batteries work, there's actually, like MJ said, a fluid in there. There's electrolytes, so it needs an appropriate amount of fluid for it to work. If it drops too low, it will damage the cells beyond repair. You're gonna have to get new batteries. The next thing on the electrical is that if you are not plugged into shore power like we are, you really need to have either a whole house disconnect, but we would suggest take the batteries out, put the batteries on a trickle charger. Why? Because the batteries are going to stay somewhat fully charged.
And you're lengthening the life of your batteries.
Correct. Another thing with the lead acid batteries, not only the fluid level, if they drop below a certain voltage, they're done, and you're going to be getting new batteries. So all those things you want to consider regarding your electrical and your batteries.
So we did a whole video on battery maintenance. So for more detailed info, we'll link that above for you. Number 2 is going to be run your generator. A lot of people forget this. Now, this is something that Izzy's really good about. He comes out during the winter. What do you do, about once a month or so?
Well, once or twice a month. I'll run it for an hour, 45 minutes, whatever time, and then I'll put a couple ceramic heaters inside. That way there's a little bit of a load on there. It's really important. There's no pride or badge of honor of like having low hours on your generator.
The more the better, actually.
As long as that generator is maintained, they're going to last. They're going to last a very long time. One thing I just want to keep in mind, and this could apply to you or not. Our RV is under a cover right now, as you can see. The generator's right around here toward the front of the RV. You can see the exhaust pipe is right over here, and I have enough clearance for the cover. So just make sure that when you run the generator, you have appropriate ventilation, and also that your cover doesn't go on fire if you have one.
Right. And also, so we're very close to our garage as well. If we leave the garage open, we start getting the, the carbon monoxide detector going off inside. So just do it smart. Number 3 is going to be run your coach. Again, the generator needs exercise, so we like to do the same thing with the whole coach. So how often do you do that?
That I don't do as often, and when I do, I only let it run for 5-10 minutes. Yeah, it's just maybe I don't have to do it at all.
Right, but for us, it's just to keep things moving.
Yeah, and it's putting a little bit of a charge into the chassis battery. Also, regarding this, you want to put some kind of stabilizing solution in your gas tank. We use a Hot Shot Secret. You could use Stabilize, whatever, it doesn't matter, because this has been sitting since October. It's now February. Hopefully we can get it out next month. But that's a long time. If you're putting this pump gas, that stuff is not good. It has the ethanol in it. You definitely want to put some kind of stabilizer in there, run it through the system every once in a while. All right, the 4th thing you want to stay on top of, whether that's at home or at storage, is kind of looking around, making sure that the little friends, the rodents, didn't get inside. Now, this is a problem with RVs or anything that kind of sits for a while, cars included. And we did a video talking about rodents and kind of how to keep them out. We'll link that above. But a couple of things that we do, and I don't know if it's a combination of one thing or multiple things, but we haven't had any rodents now on 2 RVs spanning over 4 years. So a couple of things we do. We keep these ultrasonic sensors on there. Now, some people say they don't work, and perhaps they don't, but we have them throughout the RV, including in the bays. We have not had a rodent yet. We also spray peppermint oil a couple times a month just to keep, apparently mice don't like that, but what's more important, if you choose not to do any of that, you want to seal any holes that gives access from the outside to the inside of your RV. You're also going to want to make sure you don't leave food or anything. So you're going to want to check certain things, right? You want to go into your cabinets. Do you see any mouse droppings? Up here, we're going to check down below. Is there any evidence of droppings in here? Which thankfully I don't see any. You want to make sure that you keep things clean. You want to check underneath your hood, the wiring, to see if there's any chewed wiring. This is just something you want to do kind of regularly. Check in the closets. Anywhere where mice traditionally like to go, you're going to want to go look. And if there is a problem, then you're going to have to address that immediately. All right, so the fifth thing is you're going to want to check for leaks. Obviously, interior leaks are what's going to be most important. We're in a particular situation here, maybe a little different. We actually have a cover on. So I'm not so concerned about the leaks because I know this is a waterproof cover and I know that this will not leak in the winter because we've been using it for a long time. But if you do have a cover, something you want to check is making sure that the cover is in place.
And this is a great one because it has multiple all the way down. You have the straps holding it tight. So we've had really, really windy days and this thing barely moves.
It has not moved.
No, and there's a lot of, I don't want to say arguing, but I guess arguing in groups about should you cover, should you not cover. We did do a video, we'll link it above, and we have our, our opinion on covering, as you can tell, but we've never had an issue.
Yeah, this cover that we have, there's a difference between covering with a tarp and then covering with an appropriate RV cover. If you can see, like MJ showed, there is straps running throughout this whole cover, as well as on the front, and the same thing is on the rear. And then you see up top, there's vents, it's venting.
Right, so in terms of mold, people say, you're gonna get moisture in there, but again, we have not had a problem.
Yeah, and when we take this cover off, it's gonna be as clean as when we put it underneath.
Yeah, which is sparkling.
So if you want more information on the cover that we use, a particular one, we're going to link it down below. Number 6 is going to be one that is really becoming a big problem. A big problem.
Huge problem. And we actually just spoke to somebody yesterday where we have a good friend who's runs one of the Myers RV in New Jersey, and they actually just got hit. They lost 6 of them. The catalytic converter. So this is huge now. They're hot on the market. Easy to remove. People are getting a couple $100 for them, and they'll hit a place, service center, RV, dealership, whatever, take a whole bunch of them.
Storage.
Yeah, storage facilities, and then they go sell them. It's really, really concerning if you're leaving your RV in service or at a dealer or anywhere. Storage. Some people store them at, campgrounds even, so all different areas that this is like easy access for criminals.
So, we're going to do a video talking about RV security, like a 2.0, a little later on. But regarding this, you want to check, if you're going to check your storage facility, and we do suggest you do that. If you have an RV and storage facility, check, once a week, a couple times a month. Because what you don't want, right? You have your vacation set and you're ready to go April 1st and you show up for the first time. And now your catalytic converter, it sounds like a NASCAR, you know what I mean?
I thought there was a bear over there. Did you?
I heard that, I don't know what that was. Because here's the thing, they're very expensive and they're back ordered. So you may be months out before you're able to get a catalytic converter and you're screwed. At least if you got hit early in the season, you check, you can put the order, you can kind of try to salvage, the rest of the season. All right, so the last one we're going to talk about is your RV getting stolen. And don't think this can't happen to you. We see this on the forums a lot. That's from trailers, towables, pop-ups, all of them.
And from all different
and tow vehicles.
From different places, from campgrounds, from service places, from, homes, everywhere.
So we talked in other videos talking about, RV security. We'll link one of those videos above. And you can't 100% ever stop a theft. If somebody wants it that badly, they're going to get it. But what you can do is make it more difficult and hardening your target. Therefore, the person that is looking to steal may move on to the next one.
An easier target.
Right.
Yeah.
But if your RV or tow vehicle does get stolen, you want to try to get it back as soon as possible. With that being said, we have talked on many videos. We have a real-time tracker GPS on our RV. Which one is it?
This is the Wear Safe.
Yep, Wear Safe GPS.
Yep.
Super simple to use, relatively inexpensive. I believe this one is like 200 bucks, or they have ones that are like under $150. The best thing is it's monitoring all the time, right? So it's real time, which means you can talk to it, the unit, and it can talk to you. So I can pull it up on an app on my phone. I know exactly where Nellie is at all times.
The peace of mind it brings for me and you,
Yeah.
it's really unexplainable for the cost.
$12.95 a month
Yeah,
for monitoring.
I mean, it's probably one of the best things we've done.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. We have a discount code. If you use the discount code Endless10, you will get additional 10% or off a already low price. We'll put the link below.
Right.
But like I said, there's a lot of different systems out there. You want a live tracker
Right.
that will alert you when your coach moves, your RV moves, and you can always see where it's at real time.
And I see the sun. Look at how beautiful.
So in the comments below, let us know, what do you do when your RV's in storage? Or if it's in your driveway like ours is, what do you do?
You know what we forgot?
What's that?
We count down to when she can come
Of
out
course.
from under the cover. That's
Yeah.
the most important.
We had high hopes. We're like, oh, in the next couple weeks we'll be able to take the cover off. I don't think that's happening.
Well, I don't know. I'm seeing a warmer pattern, so fingers crossed.
I'm still end of March, I think,
We'll
is
see.
going to be safe. So put it in the comments below. And for myself and MJ, we thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you on the road.